Hello everybody, let's talk about the problems with double track and maybe a little bit of shortchanging for those that are in the platinum circle, the people that are going to spend a bit of money. There's quite a few things to go on and consider. Like one of the things right off the bat, or not consider, but point out maybe some mistakes from Kabam when it comes to how they've worded it. So the first thing is here, you can see at the bottom, note, milestone booster bundles will be available in-game starting February 3rd at 10 AM PST. Now, I don't know if there's a bit of a miscommunication or something wasn't meant to go live first, but if you go to your store and then try and look for said boosters under, say, the, I think, unit store, the only thing that you can see currently is the Platinum Pass. Now, I've got a man in the field, shout out to Logan, who has been spending to acquire the Dazzler on day one. And in fact, just before I was about to get this video rocking and rolling, indeed came through with getting Dazzler day one. So that was the case. Even Kabam said it on a live stream back in, I think it was November. Dave said that you could get the champion day one. So obviously Logan reached out to me and said, hey, you do realize that Kabam have like put something in their wording that says contrary to that particular thought process by saying, of course, that it's available as of the 3rd of February, right? So you kind of, I'm a bit confused there. So how's Logan done this? How have we both found the process? Well, if you go to the web store, it's actually there. It's not in game, and by the time this video comes out, it's probably going to be a case that it's in game. But of course, context is key, and trying to get this video out as quickly as possible, and obviously trying to research and get info and data to try and make this correct to this particular time frame. You do look a bit of a silly billy. Anyway, the extent of purchase, and even though it says 14 available, I think it's possible, especially with the fact that well, it might be a bit more expensive, or maybe there's something there that's missing. Maybe as soon as you buy something like the Platinum Pass, you get more. I don't know. I haven't spent in the game now. I'm going into my third year of non-spending. Or is it longer? I think it's third year of non-spending in MCOC. And there's, of course, if you want to go and grab the champion by the bundles or whatever, you can do. But of course, for the purpose of testing out this video, we, myself and Logan, of course, is the person that kind of got this, went through the double track method of getting it. You can see here's all the claimables, which have gone through right there. And of course, shout out to our spenders who are keeping the servers open of the game. You can see, obviously, you can go further, get Titan Crystal Shards or whatnot, but at least you can go up to day 85. I'm not sure how much that costing to do so, but you know that this is about how we're testing things out to try and find the process of getting to there. Of course, the initial payment is about £24 with the Platinum Pass, and yeah, if it's up to you if you want to do it. There is a bit of lost look. I think Kabam are looking at it as like, we're reducing the value of the double track in order to say there's a 7-star available. I've actually got to ask Logan a question whilst I'm kind of like live recording this, which is important as to what ones could you get? Is it locked to Valiant? Sorry, if I was actually using my brain cells, I could probably go and check for myself. No, as you can see on screen, this is you can check it for yourself. Anybody can check it. It is 7-star Thronebreaker for Thronebreaker, 7-star Dazzler for Thronebreaker and upwards. So you kind of like get an answer right there. It's not too bad if you're a Thronebreaker to get access to a 7-star. However, and I will stress this, that the value of things have not been good in this double track. Okay. First of all, when I looked at the double track, I was like, okay, this ain't too bad. It's a double track. Oh, it's 84 days. And that's a very relevant thing to say. Because if we go back in time, a couple of months, that's far back in time, you'll notice at day 27 you get 300 units. Okay. Normal month is about 390. Again, okay. But this isn't a normal month, or this isn't a normal type of double track. This is the old school double track, or close to the old school double track, of 84 days. Hang on, yeah, quick maths. That's nearly 3 times the amount. So you go, if it's 3 times the amount, why isn't it something like, I don't know, 1,170 like it's usually been? And that's a very relevant question to that. And this is why I think it'd be good to get an answer from Kabam on it. There are a few things to point out that, well, it's debatable value on things. So it's a quick spreadsheet, not like my usual ones. I just don't have the time. I need to get this video out as quickly as possible. 13,500 Mysterium in there, 2.4 mil gold, and of course 450 units for free-to-play players you can get. Double that if you are a spender, and of course get the platinum one. So there's a legitimate question to be had as to why is there been a unit nerf in this particular content. And I've seen the thread that I'm working with, as well as a few others as well, as to kind of go, well, that's, again, it's a very relevant point. What's changed? I'm sure Kabam's response will be rewards budget. I'm even got in my mind, Kabam crashed is sitting there with some units, and he's going, right, well, we'll put that in for there. That can go into there. Like, oh, they want 7-star shot. Oh, okay. Units? No. We'll drip feed some units elsewhere. And maybe that's because the units rewards budget is actually being saved for something like Banquet event, and more units are being put into it. It's the unknown. Something I've been talking about since Friday of last week is we're in a very big unknown with the Banquet event, especially going to something like the Karina's Challenges dropping tomorrow. There's a lot of scary things that are happening all of a sudden, and the not knowing is the investment into ranking up champions for roster development, using units for going into the Karina's Challenges in Necropolis, saving back units for going into Banquet event, and also the trust element of Kabam saying you might need less units than you normally did. There's a lot to think about. This is why we try and look into things in a bit more of a pragmatic style and dissect as much as possible. So in previous times, for Valiant players, and Cavaliers the same, it's the same principle of 1,170 units for the extent of, for non-spending players that you get back. Of course, from a spending point of view, this, and I've read it in the thread as well, there's a lot of people questioning whether or not they want to spend on this because, well, it doesn't have that amount of units. And when people are looking for value nowadays, because believe it or not, in the world of MCOC, you do look for value, whether or not you're a free-to-play player or a spending player, you're kind of going, well, okay, if I'm getting an extra 1,170 units, you look at the unit store right now and a point of spend and go, okay, well, that's about £30, $30, whatever it is, maybe a bit more, 35 unit. Let's throw it down the middle and let's just say 35. No, we'll say 40. We'll be good. We'll say, but yeah, no, we'll go with that. We'll go $40 ish worth of value by spending $25 to $30, whatever it is going to be in your currency. Value, ladies and gentlemen. For those that spend. Of course, they're free to play. This doesn't really concern you. But of course, from a spend, it does actually free to play because you get less units. Either way, not a good show from Kabam on this particular subject. I'm still waiting to see if there's any kind of answer to this thread. So I am tracking it. And of course, we'll have an update whenever there is, or whenever there could be an update with it. And even though someone's saying it's because of Banquet, maybe. There may be more units in it. There may be the same amount. And if you followed the channel, you'll know how many units are normally in the Banquet event. You want to know, don't you? Well, if you take the 275 from, I think it's the Alliance, you plus that, we times it by 2. Let's times it by 2. You then take from the Solo plus 600. That gives you 1,150 units. That could be what you see a week on Friday, or that's maybe not what you see a week on Friday, and it could be more because there's more units being applied to it. And Kabam did say there'd be less unit investment, so this could be bumped up a lot more. Therefore, that's why we're seeing less. We'll have to see what happens in the next 2 weeks with the double track, well, not a double track, with the Banquet event. And what is everyone's thoughts on this? Now that you know a bit more, like, well, context to matters. Thanks to Logan as well for his work on things. He now has a shiny new Dazzler. It does actually look pretty shiny, like pretty darn shiny right there. So yeah, shout out to Logan. And there's the Dazzler, looking dazzling. Anyway, that's been a video. Thoughts in the comments. Check out some other content. If there's an update to the situation, I'll either let you know tomorrow or later on, or in the MCN on Wednesday. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you there. Bye-bye.